I've made and posted 15 videos now outlining why a change is needed in Osawatomie, what the nature of that needed change is, and why it should be chosen. I've included what I would propose to do and push for as mayor, and if anyone still has questions, I would encourage you to first go back and watch the videos in full, and then if you still have questions, feel free to comment on my Facebook page, and I'm happy to answer any and all sincere questions. I say sincere questions because in the time that I've been running this writing campaign, I've encountered a number of individuals who are not sincere seekers of truth so as to make an informed voting decision, but are either adversarial from the beginning, simply trolling, or not even in Osawatomie, and so have no actual vote to cast. As I wrap up my videos, one today and my final one on Friday, I want to make one thing absolutely clear. I'm not here to save Osawatomie. In fact, I couldn't even if I tried, because no one person can. I'm not here to control the government or wrest it to my will, but to do my best to take the lead on measures that will hand control over what happens in Osawatomie firmly into the hands of the people who live in Osawatomie, rather than being at the mercy of a bureaucrat with too much power, as is now the case with you and your city manager. I'm here to give Osawatomie a choice between keeping the bureaucratic top-down government that you already have and have had for a long time now, or having a city government that is more closely controlled by and representative of you, the people living, working, and trying to build a future for your families in Osawatomie. If you're to make a choice, then your options need to be clear, and that's what the goal of my videos has been, to help you understand and make a wise and considered choice. I've heard from many people that they feel like over the years Osawatomie has been run into the ground, and I'm here to say that this outcome should be no surprise when you place all of the real decision-making power in the hands of one individual who's the expert above and beyond those who are supposed to be evaluating and supervising him. So, tell me now, if you owned a business and were to hire somebody to work for you, but the person you hired was far more of an expert than you, and as a result, you just did everything that person told you to, then how would you honestly and adequately evaluate that person's performance? How would you still be the one in charge of your own company and not have it run away from you? Who would really be the boss after all? This is exactly what Osawatomie has with the current mayor, city council, and city manager. It's no wonder that Osawatomie has run away from itself and run straight into the ground. If you choose to keep the current makeup of Osawatomie's government, don't expect anything in Osawatomie to be any different than it is now. People have asked what I'm going to do as mayor, but you know, the funny part of it all is that unless Osawatomie's government changes, I wouldn't be doing anything for Osawatomie any more than your current mayor actually does anything than read the agenda at city council meetings, sign documents, and show up and smile at public events, because that's almost all that Osawatomie's mayor is even empowered to do. Well, I suppose I would also be funneling drastically fewer jobs straight to Hall's construction and taking the position seriously enough to show up to city council meetings dressed in something more professional than a t-shirt and shorts. So I guess there's that too. But you know, literally almost any random person in Osawatomie could do just as serviceable a job as mayor as your current mayor is doing, and with very little effort. If all of this is how you like things and you want them to continue that way, no problem, just vote for Nick Hampson. He's just going to keep doing what he's been doing. Basically nothing. If you want a different direction, then write my name in. Personally, I'd be happy to let somebody else run for mayor, but the thing is that zero other people have stepped forward to even try. So if not me, who? If not now, when? If you choose, as I am proposing, to change Osawatomie's governmental structure to one that is more accountable to the people, then what you should expect is a city government that is more interested in accurately representing you, because it will need to. You should expect a government where you have a stronger voice, and when you argue that city initiatives are infringing upon your individual rights, you're taken more seriously. You should expect that your mayor and city council members are going to carry a heavier burden, but you should also expect that you will also need to step up your own efforts to care for your neighbor, to help each other out, support local business efforts, and participate as much as you personally can if you truly wish to have the greater freedom that is possible with a mayor-council type of government rather than a city manager-led government. And if you want Osawatomie to be anything more than a cheap place to sleep for people whose lives are really in the Kansas City metropolitan area. As this change is made, I'll be honest, there may be a slight drop in the efficiency and speed at which the government moves and gets jobs done. But personally, I don't believe the drop will really be all that noticeable, and if there is a drop, it's a price worth paying. I would rather live in a more free community than a more controlled but more orderly community. We, of course, do want a beautiful city to live in, but we also must accept that in addition to being more active in helping those around us, living in a free society requires a whole lot of leaving each other alone and letting our neighbors live as they choose to live, just as we expect them to do for us. We can both let our neighbors live how they want, as well as be ready to help when they need, and we can do all of this on our own without asking anything at all from the government. Osawatomie is not a homeowners association, and if we want Osawatomie to stop acting like a homeowners association, the government needs to change and get out of your way. The choice is yours now. I urge everyone in Osawatomie to think it over carefully, pray about it, and then vote according to your conscience for what you think is right. Not for what will be most gratifying to yourself, but for what you think is right. Thank you for watching. Good luck with your vote.